the most controversial vehicles ever built. Every industry has rebels, scandals, machines that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Some were banned, some caught fire. Some killed the people who trusted them. Some simply refused to play by the rules of their era, forcing entire industries to change overnight. These are not just cars and machines. They are cautionary tales, engineering gambles, and cultural flashpoints that still spark heated arguments today. By the end, you'll understand why controversy can be just as powerful as horsepower. Let's begin now with a car that looked like the future, but nearly bankrupted the man who built it. The DeLorean DC-12 became an instant icon thanks to its brushed stainless steel body and gull-wing doors. But its fame almost never happened. John DeLorean's dream car was underpowered, overpriced, and plagued by production delays in Northern Ireland. Then came the scandal that sealed its fate. In 1982, DeLorean was arrested in an FBI sting operation involving cocaine trafficking, allegedly an attempt to save his failing company. He was later acquitted on entrapment grounds, but the damage was done. The company collapsed, and the car might have faded into obscurity if not for a Hollywood time machine that turned a commercial failure into cultural legend. Few vehicles carry the weight of tragedy like the Ford Pinto. Introduced in 1971 as an affordable subcompact, the Pinto became infamous after reports revealed its fuel tank could rupture in rear-end collisions, sometimes causing fires. Internal memos suggested Ford had calculated that paying settlements would be cheaper than redesigning the tank, a decision that ignited public outrage and reshaped product liability law in America. The case became a textbook example taught in business ethics courses for decades, a lasting reminder of what happens when cost analysis overrides human safety. Chevrolet faced its own reckoning with the Corvair, a rear-engine compact that consumer advocate Ralph Nader targeted in his 1965 book, Unsafe at Any Speed. Nader argued the Corvair's swing-axle suspension made it prone to dangerous oversteer and rollovers, a claim that triggered congressional hearings and helped launch the modern consumer safety movement. General Motors made things worse by hiring investigators to dig up dirt on Nader, a scandal that backfired spectacularly once it became public. The controversy didn't just damage one car's reputation, it changed how automakers were held accountable for design flaws. Dodge stirred its own controversy with the Tomahawk, a four-wheeled motorcycle concept unveiled in 2003, powered by a massive Viper V10 engine. Dodge claimed it could theoretically reach speeds beyond 300 miles per hour, though no one ever tested that claim, since the vehicle lacked a suspension system capable of handling such velocity safely. Critics called it reckless marketing, a machine built purely for shock value, with no realistic path to being driven as advertised. Yet the Tomahawk succeeded at exactly what it was designed for, grabbing headlines and proving controversy itself can become a marketing strategy. Ferrari's history includes its share of turmoil, but few moments compared to the 1957 Mille Miglia disaster involving a Ferrari 335S, driven by the Marquis Alfonso de Portugal. A tire blowout sent the car into a crowd of spectators, killing the driver, his co-driver, and 9 bystanders, 5 of them children. The tragedy ended the Mille Miglia as an open road race and forced a hard reckoning with the dangers of unregulated public road racing, a sobering counterpoint to the glamour usually associated with the Ferrari name. Mercedes-Benz endured a similarly devastating moment at Le Mans in 1955, when Pierre Levay's 300 SLR collided with another car and disintegrated, sending debris into the crowd and killing over 80 spectators in what remains the deadliest crash in motorsport history. The disaster prompted Mercedes-Benz to withdraw from racing for decades and led several countries to temporarily ban motorsport altogether, a sobering example of how quickly triumph on the racetrack can turn into catastrophe. Porsche found itself embroiled in controversy of a different kind, with the 917 at Le Mans, a car so powerful and unstable at high speeds that veteran driver John Woodcock reportedly refused to race it after his first test laps, calling it a widowmaker. Even the beloved 911 wasn't immune, as Porsche's decisions to alter its engine placement and silhouette sparked near-religious arguments among purists who felt the changes threatened the car's soul. BMW faced backlash of its own with the M1, a mid-engine supercar plagued by production chaos, after a partnership with Lamborghini collapsed midway through development, forcing BMW to scramble for alternative manufacturing to bring the car to market at all. Meanwhile, Lamborghini's own controversial reputation was built on defiance. Ferruccio Lamborghini created his automotive empire after Enzo Ferrari dismissed his complaints about clutch problems, driving Lamborghini to build the Miura and Countach specifically to humiliate his rival. The resulting cars were wild, unreliable, and utterly uncompromising, exactly as intended. Tesla brought controversy into the modern era with the Cybertruck, a vehicle whose angular stainless steel design divided public opinion instantly. Its unveiling in 2019 became infamous when Tesla's supposedly unbreakable windows shattered on stage during a live demonstration in front of a stunned audience. Beyond aesthetics, Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving features have drawn scrutiny from regulators and safety investigators, following crashes linked to driver over-reliance on automation, sparking an ongoing debate about how much control machines should have over human lives. Military-inspired machines have stirred their own share of controversy, none more than the Hummer H1, born directly from the battlefield-ready Humvee used by the United States military during the Gulf War. When General Motors began selling a civilian version to the public in the early 1990s, critics accused the company of glorifying war machinery and marketing excess at a time when fuel efficiency was becoming a national priority. Environmental groups singled out the Hummer as a symbol of reckless consumption, and the backlash grew so intense that GM discontinued the brand in 2010, only for it to resurface years later as an electric pickup wearing the same provocative name. Experimental machines have courted their own storms of criticism, and few illustrate that better than General Motors' EV1, one of the first mass-produced electric vehicles offered only through lease agreements in the late 1990s. Drivers loved it, but GM controversially recalled and crushed nearly every unit once the lease program ended, a decision that fueled conspiracy theories about oil industry pressure and inspired the documentary Who Killed the Electric Car? The EV1's fate became a rallying point for environmental advocates and a cautionary tale about how quickly promising technology can vanish when corporate priorities shift. From tragedy to scandal to sheer audacity, these vehicles prove that controversy often walks hand in hand with innovation. Each one forced its industry to confront hard truths about safety, ethics, and ambition, and each left scars that still shape how vehicles are designed and regulated today. Controversy didn't erase their legacy. In many cases, it defined it, turning flawed and dangerous machines into unforgettable chapters of automotive history. If this journey through the most controversial vehicles ever built kept you hooked, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into automotive history, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story.